Hello, wonderful world. It is Elayne, and I hope that wherever you are having a very wonderful day. I hope that your holiday season went swimmingly and that you are enjoying the end of 2020. We are almost to 2021, guys. How exciting. Today, I just wanted to talk to you guys about the books that I received for Christmas, talk about what they're about, and if I plan on reading them or not in the new year. So without further ado, let's get started. So the first books that I have to show you are actually a manga series, and that is Vampire Knight Memories. I received the first book and the second book of the Vampire Knight Memories from my sister for Christmas. These books are actually the prequel to another manga series just called Vampire Knight, which I believe is an anime that you can watch on Netflix. So Vampire Knight tells the story of an academy for humans and vampires alike. This tells the story of two particular characters. It's the prequel about their relationship. These books are supposed to be full of action and romance, and it's vampires, so I love vampires. I'm excited to check out the anime and to read these two prequel books, and yeah. Okay, speaking of magic schools, the next book that I have to talk about is A Deadly Education by Naomi Novik. This is the lesson 1 of the Scholomance series. It's a school for witches and wizards. It's a magic school, and it's extremely dark. So there are monsters at every corner, super dangerous environment. The main character is a dark sorceress who is attempting to rewrite the rules of magic. There is a guy in her school named Orion Lake that everyone is obsessed with, and she hates him. And it just tells the story of angsty teenagers in a dark magic school that's extremely dangerous. And I just think that this book sounds fun. I love the idea of reading about a dark and dangerous magic school, and it's like intended to be that way. It's not like they're sneaking out. So I think that that's really interesting. It's also beautiful. Look at this. You see this map? Anything with a map, I'm sold. But like the gold inside cover flat, like absolutely beautiful. I'm really excited to check this out. It sounds really fun. I think this is gonna be like the first book I pick up in 2021 because I just absolutely cannot wait to read it. I love magic schools. I love dark, angsty stories, and I think that this just sounds so much fun. The next book I have to show you is Girls Made of Snow and Glass by Melissa Bashardist. This book is described as a feminist retelling of Snow White. I'm a huge fan of fairy tales. Okay, hot take. I actually love Snow White. A lot of people try to put down Snow White. Okay, fine. Yeah, she's not the most badass, strong Disney princess out there. I will give you that. But she is strong in her own way. Snow White teaches people to be kind, and that kindness is a strength within itself. And I just love Snow White, and I think it's a great tale of kindness and friendship and how love can conquer all. And you know what? Everybody out there might hate on Snow White, but I will forever be loving her. And I just think that this book sounds really fun because it is giving Snow White that feminist makeover. So it's taking a character that I already love and making her a badass, elevating Snow White to the next level, which just sounds absolutely amazing to me because I already love Snow White. And I think that this is going to give her a really cool modern twist that I am myself going to personally really enjoy. And speaking of fairy tales and my love of fairy tales, I received the box set of The School for Good and Evil. Look how beautiful this is. It's the first 4 books of the series. So the first 3 are the school years, and then the 4th one is the Camelot years. I read the first book of The School for Good and Evil this year on audiobook, and it was one of my favorite books of 2020. I love the concept of good versus evil. In classic Disney fairy tales, we are told that you can only be one, right? You can either be the princess or the villain, and in the end, the princess wins and the villain usually always dies. There's not a lot of redemption in classic Disney fairy tales. And to this day, I still don't think there's a lot of redemption for the villains. That's just how it is. You have to be either good or evil, and there's no changing. Sonochinani really messes with that idea in this book series, and that is why I think it is so amazing. It is so important to tell people, and especially children, that you can be good and evil. Everybody's got a little bit of evil in them, okay? You can't be perfect. You can't be 100% good all the time. And even if a villain is destined to be evil, they can do it in their own way, okay? And so the reason that I just love this series is because of this concept of good versus evil. I think the author is a super cool human being, and I just love the writing, and I love the classic twists on fairy tales and turning them a little bit darker, and like taking Disney and Grimm fairy tales and like combining it all together, because that's basically what this is. It's not like as dark as the Grimm fairy tales, although it is pretty dark. But there's also the true love and the romance, and so I just love this series and I'm excited to keep reading it. However, I will say I'm a little bit nervous because some people have told me that they wish the book was a standalone and that the series kind of gets worse as you read. So I'm really nervous to keep reading them because I just loved the first one so much and I just thought it was so smart and so creative and insightful, and I'm worried that it's going to go downhill from there. But I want to give it a try. I want to keep reading and I'm going to go into it with an open mind, and so hopefully I will really enjoy them and be able to keep reading the series, but I'm not sure, so I will let you guys know. The next book I have is Long Time Coming: Reckoning with Race in America by Michael Eric Dyson. This is a new book that pretty much just came out. I think it came out in December. This is a nonfiction book about racial justice and police brutality in America. So this book talks about the social and cultural forces that shaped our nation, specifically pertaining to George Floyd and Breonna Taylor. Kind of just talks about how the people of America dealt with these murders and the protests and the riots and what went on after them. So it traces modern day police brutality and racial inequalities to things that happened hundreds of years ago. So I think that this book is going to be a really, really educational read for me. During 2020, especially in the summertime, there was a lot of talk about race and change and being an ally. I mean, we're still talking about it, but you don't see it on social media as much anymore. So I think that people need to take it upon themselves to educate themselves and to take extra steps to make sure that we are continuing to learn and grow. Because just because it's not on Instagram or trending on Twitter anymore doesn't mean that it's not important. And so one of my goals for 2021 is to read more nonfiction books about the real story of America, you know, the stuff that we're not told, you know, stuff that's going to actually educate me and open my eyes to a whole variety of topics. So I think that this book is going to be great for that. The last book that I have to show you is Spoiler Alert by Olivia Dade. I know that I was getting this book because I really wanted it. It was on my December TBR and I'm actually going to pick it up tonight. This book is about an actor named Marcus who plays the character Aeneas in a TV show that is based off of an extremely popular book series. The TV show isn't 100% faithful to the book series, and a lot of fans do not like that. Marcus himself doesn't like that because he is a huge fan of the books. However, there's nothing he can do about it. He's just an actor. He's not a writer, not a director. So what he does is write fan fiction about Aeneas and Lavinia, which are the two main characters and the main couple in the book series and TV show. But he can't tell anybody that he does that, so it's a big secret. The girl, April, has secrets of her own. She loves to write fanfiction as well, but she loves to do cosplay. However, she's never really shared it with the world, and one day she decides to post her plus-size cosplay of Lavinia, and it goes viral. She gets lots of trolls and haters. To piss off those trolls, Marcus ends up asking April out. They go out, and Marcus seems to realize, maybe this is a little bit more than a publicity stunt. Maybe like I actually like her, and a romance ensues from there. This book has gotten lots of buzz and I just really wanted to pick it up. The cover is absolutely gorgeous. I just am in love with it. The shade of blue, perfection. I also love that this is a book about a plus-size girl who is comfortable in her own body and doesn't want to change. And the dedication in this book, when I first picked it up, made me literally want to cry. It says, "To everyone who's ever doubted as I did, someone who looks like you can be desired. Someone who looks like you can be loved. Someone who looks like you can have a happy ending. I swear it." That is just so true and so important and so powerful. I think diverse romance books and romance movies too, so important because everyone deserves to be loved. And I'm excited to read it, and I hope that it lives up to my expectations because I'm hoping it's gonna be super cute and special. These are the books that I got for Christmas this year. I'm excited to read them going into 2021. I'm going to try to finish Spoiler Alert before the end of 2020 so I can get one more book in for my Goodreads. And the next books I will attempt to be reading in 2021. I don't know if I will read all of The School for Good and Evil in 2021, but if I like them, maybe I'll try. But I don't know, we'll see. I am really wanting to read Long Time Coming: Reckoning with Race in America soon as well so that I can continue to read nonfiction that I choose for myself as that's a major goal of mine. I also wanted to show 2 more things that I know are not books, but I'm hoping that you guys will appreciate them. The first one is a t-shirt that my mom got for me that says, "What would Dolly do?" Get it? Like Dolly Parton? Is that not the cutest thing in the whole world? I love Dolly Parton, because what would Dolly do? That should be a mindset that we all have, because wow, what a woman she is. And then the next one is also another female country, not really country anymore, but a female singer that I love, and that's this Taylor Swift sweatshirt that my dad got for me. I love this one as well. It's just got all of the Taylors on it. All of them. I will be wearing this every day of my life. It is extremely comfortable. It's super soft on the inside, and it just has all the Taylors on it. Honestly, I think I like Evermore more than Folklore. I just don't know. I don't know. Evermore and Folklore are kind of my favorite Taylor. And I don't know if I think that just because it's so new, but I genuinely am obsessed with Folklore and Evermore. Like, they are amazing. I love songs that tell stories. That's always been a big thing for me, probably because I'm a reader, and I just love that these 2 albums are telling stories about people, and they're just so beautifully written, and I think that this is the peak of her songwriting career. So I think Evermore and Folklore are my favorite Taylor right now. Besides them, Red, of course, is like one of her best albums of all time. That is just genius level work. And the Red tour in person, like I went to the concert, so I just have really good nostalgia. Red is just really sentimental to me. Besides that, I think Speak Now is one of my favorites because it's so romantic and just like cute. Those are probably my top 3. My top 3 are probably Speak Now, Red, Evermore / Folklore, Don't Make Me Pick. Nobody asked, but in case you were wondering, those are my favorite Taylor albums. Thank you guys for watching this video. Let me know down below what your favorite gift or book that you received for this Christmas is. I would love to know what you guys got so I can add it to my wish list / TBR. Let me know what you plan on reading to finish out 2020 and or at the very beginning of 2021. I hope that you guys are having a wonderful day and doing oh so well, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye!